Hey everybody, welcome to ChillerNight Live. I am Brian. I welcome you to another hour from 8 p.m. Eastern Time until 9 o'clock. We'll talk about all things horror, science fiction, the paranormal. Basically, you find frightening folks, think of a topic, and we'll make a show out of it. So, hope everybody is having a fantastic week, day, month, whatever. I just hope it's fantastic for you. Stephanie says, hey, y'all. Hey, Stephanie, thanks for joining us. Yes, I don't know how everything is going in everyone else's neck of the woods, but it's been getting a little warm, a little hot here lately. So, oh, that's not, but the good news is I got my riding mower fixed. Well, we got it fixed, and I got to use that again for the first time in years. It's been years since I've actually had that, and I just never think too much about it. I just go out and spend hours out, and it's like, okay. But I will admit, it's pretty nice. I like that, so I did enjoy that. Al says, hi everyone. Hey Al, thanks for joining us. D says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, D. Thanks for joining us. Jason says, good evening, my fellow ghouls, and to our ghoulish leader, Brian. I love the Godzilla t-shirt. They are making a sequel to Godzilla -1. Awesome. Well, good evening, Jason. Thanks for joining us. I know Bonehead will like the Godzilla t-shirt. But it says, well, hello. Howdy, ChillerNight crew and Brian. Well, hello, Bonehead. Thanks for joining us. Yes, Mrs. Hogue bought me this t-shirt last week, so I much appreciate that. Thank you, Ava. She's actually talking to her mom right now. So, Bonehead says, Brian, you have great taste in shirts. Oh, I knew you'd like that. So, and Jason liked it. Yes. Always good to get another monster to add to my collection of superheroes, monsters, and Star Wars sci-fi. Stephanie says, Godzilla tea. Bonehead says, now Brian, what makes you say that? the biggest Godzilla fan out there. Patty says, G1 Part 2 is about a virus pandemic. Okay. It took me. My thought impulses are traveling at the speed of cold syrup through a straw right now, Patty. So, but thank you for joining us. And okay, so part 2 is about a virus pandemic. Really? Because you're from store, Brian. It is not. It is not. This tea is from Miss Ava. She got that for me last week, so I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. She knows I like Godzilla and my monsters. But it says, now, Brian, get you the Skull t-shirt, and you've got me, LOL. Oh, yeah? I've got a Punisher one. Does that count? Maybe not. I don't know. But, let's see. Oh. Now, hey, Ava and I watched. I like to kind of report back to you, you chiller maniacs, you. And we watched a movie the other night over the weekend called The Monkey. I think we saw it on Netflix. I don't remember if it was on Netflix or Prime. I don't recall. But we saw The Monkey. And it was horrible. It was a horror comedy. Okay, I didn't know that going into it, but that's okay. I can still pick up where the movie's laying it down. But it was just so painfully predictable. But if you're just looking for, to kill an hour and a half or whatever it was, then sure, watch the Watch the monkey. You know. SBC says, hello, everyone. Hey, SBC, thanks for joining us. John says, previously, as you recall, we were all engaged in another hour of... I see little purple goblins or something here. But you know what those remind me of is the McDonald Land goblins. But I don't know if that's what they are. And zombies, maybe? All things horror. But wait 1 minute, the next conversation is about to start, and it's time again for ChillerNight Live. This is Crozak the Grand, and now here's our host, Bryan Hogue. Thank you, Crozak the Grand, and John's giving us a wave. All right, thank you very much. Appreciate your always stellar intros. Raymond says, Brian Bonehead, SBC, hi. Hey, Raymond, thanks for joining us. Bonehead says, Miss Ava, you got good taste in t-shirts and guys. Ah! You got a great guy for a husband, and thank yous both for these weekly wonders that we all enjoy. Ah, thank you, Bonehead. I don't think Ava's watching right now. She's, like I said, she's out talking. So, are you gonna join in? SBC says, hello, Raymond. Okay, some salutations being exchanged. Okay, so like I said, we watched The Monkey. I don't know what to tell you. It wasn't one of our... Sometimes we have some good reviews, and then sometimes I don't have the greatest reviews. It wasn't horrible. It was just one of those that just... oh, but... have fun with it. If you watch The Monkey, just have fun with it. It's a horror comedy, and Stephanie says, agreed. Good one, Ava. Oh, there she is. There's Ava. I'm here now. All right, baby. Thanks for joining us. And you're getting some compliments on your taste of t-shirts that you gave me. Ava says, oh, hey, he's wearing it. It does look good. Yes, it does. Hi, all. Big smile, Patty says. Yes. Yeah, I hope everybody... And there's Ava saying hello to everyone. So we watched... Bonus says, hello, Miss Ava. I'm to pass greetings along to you. Brian and the ChillerNight crew from Miss Glam Thanks. Oh... Tell her we said hello. Let's see. It's kind of neat everybody kind of stays in touch. Jason says, I watched the intro scene, then paused it. Someday I'll watch the rest. Yeah, like I say, it's I'm not saying, don't give it a try. I'm just saying, it didn't really do the trick for us, Ava says, really stands out. It does. It is a nice looking t-shirt. I like it. Jason says, Brian, what was better, Cocaine Bear or The Monkey? Cocaine Bear. I didn't mind Cocaine Bear. I was entertained. I enjoyed that movie. I didn't necessarily enjoy The Monkey. I thought it was just too simple. I know it was a horror comedy, but I just thought it was a little too simple. But that's okay. It's all right. I try very much not to sound snobbish on here because I don't want to come across that way. I mean, like, so and so movie was directed by, and it's just got the right note of back then they had. I don't do that. I'm not trying to sound that way. I don't do that. I like big dumb fun stuff too. I don't care. I'm certainly no important film critic or anything like that. I'm just telling you what we saw, what we like, what we don't like. But it says Cocaine Bear was definitely something else. LOL. Ava says The Monkey was hard to sit through. Yes. But you know what we almost I don't know if anybody else has seen this, but it looks pretty interesting. Weapons came out August 8th, and it's in the theaters. and we almost went to see that tonight. I'm telling you, we almost, because I am very limited on what nights I can do anything. Like I gotta do all the yard work and stuff on Tuesdays if I'm staying home from the mall to do the show and stuff. But yeah, this one looks pretty interesting. I don't know much about it. We saw the trailer; it looked really kind of compelling. So, has anybody seen this? Anybody? Jason says, "Hello, Miss Ava." Jason says, "Monkey Shines versus the Monkey." Monkey Shines. Yeah. Not the monkey. Not the monkey. Ava says, the Cocaine Bear was entertaining. Yeah. But it says, today's rankings are number 1, Pennsylvania, 2, Stephanie Press, and 3, SBC. Congratulations, people. Interesting. See, I don't see any of these rankings, so that's pretty interesting. Unless it's not on the chat thing. Huh. That is interesting. Okay, so weapons, like I say, we almost went to see that tonight. We were both just pretty busy, and so we didn't do that. But has anybody, at least, if you haven't seen the movie, have you seen the trailer? So let me know, and if you have seen it, let me know what you think, without spoilers, of course. You guys know that, but all right. So Jason says 12 Monkeys was good. Believe it or not, I've never seen 12 Monkeys. I've not seen that movie. I've heard of it. I know it was big at the time it came out, but or at least I was very aware of it because, you know, saw it advertised, trailer and all that stuff, posters up in Blockbuster, I think, if I remember right. Bonus says, it's on the live chat. That's where I'm seeing him at. Is that right? Interesting. I'm afraid to click on anything. You know, I'll be honest. I'm afraid to click on something and knock the whole thing off. Patty says, how did I get number 1? I don't know. But that's cool. Stephanie says, I've seen the trailers. Freak the heck out of me. Yeah, it looks kind of creepy. I want to see it. Jason says, I ran out of monkey-titled movies. Yeah. 12 Monkeys. Monkey Shines. Monkey. Well, hey, folks. I'll tell you what. Bonus says, I actually felt important telling you the rankings. Ain't I an idiot? Annoying, too. I think it's cool that you can see rankings. I didn't even know we had rankings on this, so I can't see them. I see quite a bit, but that's one thing I don't have the luxury of seeing, I guess. SBC says, the most important question is, was the monkey better than Manos? How could he be? That's a very good question. I'm gonna have to say, sorry, Paul, if you're watching this at a later time, perhaps, I did enjoy the monkey better than Manos. All right? So, Paul's gonna hate that. Bonus says, it goes by who replied 1, 2, and 3 in the comments to start tonight's show. Oh, okay. Manos got number 7 on a recent top 15 horrible list. Really? Wasn't like in the top 3? Okay. I can't say I'm shocked. I can't say I'm shocked. No, I wouldn't put the monkey in that category. I mean, you know, it's just one of those where, you know, just wasn't impressed with it. Okay, John says, question for everyone. Who is your favorite online horror movie reviewer? Is the Horror Geek, Dead Meat, Dark Corners Review, or maybe you enjoy the snarky humor of Canadian Brandon Tenold? Tenold? or Channel Awesome's Nostalgic Critic? All right, there's a good question for everyone from John. Again, who is your favorite online horror movie reviewer? Is it the Horror Geek, Dead Meat, Dark Corners Reviews, or maybe you enjoy the snarky humor of Canadian Brandon Tinold, or Channel Awesome's Nostalgic Critic? I don't know. You know, there's another one. There's another one that Doc Dredd. Does he still do movie reviews, or is he hosting? And I'm sorry, but I haven't kept up on. But I know he's doing well. Whatever he's doing, I know he seems to have quite a bit of views. Jason says, here's a side question: who would win, Mighty Joe Young versus King Kong? I'm gonna say King Kong. Mighty Joe Young never took on Godzilla. All right. King Kong did. So I'd have to go with King Kong, the larger, more powerful, I think, and more experienced. Like, again, to go up against the likes of Godzilla, king of the monsters, and hold his own very well. So Bonus says, it's detonated by the purple-blue boxes with the numbers and a crown. I'm sure other people see it. I hope someone else sees it so I know I ain't seeing things and losing my mind. Jason says, Brian is the best horror movie reviewer. Oh, thanks. I just kind of say, yeah, it's good, or is it? It's from the heart. Bonus says, Brandon Tinold rules. All right, there's a vote for Brandon from Bonehead. Brad says, yesterday we had a gender reveal party and found out my wife is going to have a niece. She is very excited about it. Now that's awesome. Well, that, and then of course I gotta skip ahead to see even more awesome than the 1931 horror films Dracula and Frankenstein coming to the public domain in January of 2027. That is outstanding news, and we congratulate you and your wife. If you're gonna have a niece together, so she's very excited about it. That is awesome. So congratulations to all involved in bringing about your niece and being part of her life and her with yours as well. So Patty says, I think the people on this list are the best reviewers. Jason says, Horror Geek. Yeah, we do have a lot of really good comments about movies and actors and stuff like that. Jason says, Horror Geek has a great episode of the remake of Night of the Living Dead. He's from the Pittsburgh area. Oh, is that right? Oh, that's cool. Bonus says, his cult movie reviews are hilarious. Cinema Snob is a good one, too. Cool. I like The Critical Drinker. I think his movie reviews are... Now, it's not a horror movie. It's just a movie, all kinds of movies. The Critical Drinker. SBC, no idea. SBC says King Kong. Okay, got a vote for King Kong. Bonus says Godzilla wins, no matter who he fights. He's the king of the monsters after all. Yes. SBC says, what topic do we have today? I don't know. I wondered about that. I wondered about that coming into tonight. Like, did we have a topic? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember a topic being thrown out there at the end of the show last week. So if we did, I am sorry, but I didn't catch it. Or if I did, I totally forgot with everything else that's going on. Bonus says, I'll go with King Kong. I think he'd take Joe. I do too. I do too. Stephanie says, congratulations to Brad. What about your niece? Jason says, the Critical Drinker is really good. I watch him too. Yeah. Bonus says, someone said tonight's topic is movie within a movie. Movie within a movie. Movie within a movie. Oh my gosh. Now you guys are making me think. Until I do start thinking, no one's gonna make me do that. You you feel free to throw out your your ideas to me, because I nothing's coming to mind with that one. A movie within a movie. Bonus says, Miss Stephanie Presh, take it away. It was your idea, ma'am. Ah, did Stephanie think of this? How did I miss that? Did I miss that? Oh my gosh, I'm going back quite a ways, and Stephanie, if I missed that, evidently I did. Unless that was last week. Did you say that last week? Oh, Bones, that was me. I don't even remember. Miss Stephanie got the topic. She posted it on the Facebook page. Oh, okay, something is clicking here now. Okay. Sorry, Stephanie. Well, hey, throw it out there now. Throw it out there now. Jason says Halloween 3 had Halloween 1978 in it. Watchmen has the cartoon movie within it. Oh. And Halloween, and doesn't the original Halloween have, does it have Night of the Living Dead? They're always watching Night of the Living Dead on horror movies, probably because it's public domain. Were they watching Night of the Living Dead or Frankenstein? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Again, I'm unprepared for this topic, so I'm shooting from the hip. I might not be hitting a target, but SBC says, how about a movie in which Manos controls King Kong with a magical spell? Okay. Pleasantville, Raymond says. Okay, Pleasantville. You know, that's another one. I'm aware of the movie. I've never seen it, though. I've never seen Pleasantville. But it says, there's no way I can be on top of things. I'm an unmitigated idiot and an empty-headed skull to boot. You have to be able to be on top of something. On something. It's just physics. Stephanie says, the original Halloween had the thing. Ah, that's it. Okay. And Forbidden Planet. Good one. Good catch here, Stephanie. Good one. All right. That's it. I knew they were watching because it was Halloween, of course. And yeah, they were. Jamie Lee Curtis's character was watching some horror movie with the little kids. So, SBC says, can we put Godzilla and Gamera in this movie too? I don't know. You better check with... Oh, you are checking with SBC. Yes, I am, Brian. I'm on top of the table. See? See? I sit there every day, LOL. Yes. So you are on top of something. You gotta think the glass is half full on it. So, all right. So, while we're thinking of more ideas here of movies within a movie, interesting topic, by the way, Stephanie. Let me just put out a little plug to ChillerNight, my store at the Cranberry Mall in Venango County, Pennsylvania. Believe it or not, I'm still getting people going to the wrong mall. Stop it. If you're watching this and you're thinking about booking the escape room, just I've actually changed it so that it's not a yes or no thing. It's not a required answer. But it is now part of the booking, even though it's all over the website, even though it says it, everywhere I can think of. I've actually made it part of the booking that you have to, it just says a FYI, because there's not enough space for me to write it out. Pick time doesn't allow me too much time to ask a question, but it says this is the Cranberry Mall in Venango County, Pennsylvania. So hopefully people are paying attention to that because I'm still getting people showing up at the wrong mall. And now if you do want a book, we have The Witching Hour and Zombie Outbreak at ChillerNight at Venango County. And also we have Jack Shadow's House of Terror coming up. So if you'd like to be a monster, oh, that's our haunt crew. Oh, here's my monster. Well, that's a pretty good crew there. Here's Jack Shadow's House of Terror, Scare Actors Wanted. We actually have only, I think, 4 positions left that we need filled. So if you're in the area and you want to be part of Jack Shadow's House of Terror, that'll be every Friday and Saturday in October. If you're kind of curious to see how that goes, let me know. Let me know. So, there's actually, if you are interested, you can go to ChillerNight.com, go to the Haunted House page, and you can fill out an online application and submit it there. So there you go. Thanks, Brian. Stephanie says, sorry, I just sold a Switch 2. What did I miss? Well, we now have a topic, Patty. We have a topic, movies within a movie. Pleasantville was mentioned. Halloween, Halloween 3. There are some movies, they're watching movies that keeps coming up on the screen. SBC says, that reminds me, I've already seen the first Halloween decorations in stores. I've already bought a skull and life-size skeleton. Cool, very cool. Yeah, it's getting to... It's that time. It's that time. Spirit Halloween stores are opening up. Movie in a movie. How about Mystery Science Theater 3000? A movie within. Well. Raven says the mall looks empty. It's not a full vibrant mall right now, but I'll tell you what. It's looking a lot better than it was. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It could make a comeback. We'll see. We'll see how things go. SBC and the Manos one. Petty says. Tom says Shadow of the Vampire. Hey Tom, thanks for joining us. Shadow of the Vampire was a movie within a movie. All right, Shadow of the Vampire. SBC says, if you get me a green card, I'd love to play a monster. LOL. Okay. We'll see what we can do. D says, what about Scream or popcorn for movies within a movie? That's interesting. Now, they are certainly talked about and referenced a lot, very heavily in Scream. I'm not familiar with popcorn. But that's a neat idea. Bonin says, I've got a Steelers and Penguins hat to decorate myself for the upcoming seasons. I'm going to be a skull with spirit. Pittsburgh, that is. LOL. I like it. I like it. Send pictures. I'll post them here. Send them. Jason says, if I were in the area, I'd apply for a scare actor. It's a lot of fun. Raymond says, The Blob, 1980s. The Blob, 1980s. A movie within a movie. Okay, they're in the famous theater scene. Don't forget The Blob with Steve McQueen, Stephanie says. That's good news, Brian, Stephanie says. Jason says, what about only 4, or about the mall? Well, I guess there's a delay here, so I'm sorry. Jason says, is Sinister a movie within a movie or several movies within a movie? I don't know. I'd have to think on that one. I can't remember the reference Um, Patty says, Brian, I guess you are the anchor store for that mall. Yeah, myself and Two Cousins Pizza used to joke like, hey, we're anchor stores basically now. And now Two Cousins is leaving, unfortunately. That's too bad. They do a lot of business there, and I like their food. They got good food, and I always eat there on Saturdays. That's where I get my lunch. Kentucky Fried Movie, Patty says. Okay. But it says, I'm trying to think of a movie within a movie, and I honestly can't think of one. I'm with you on that. That's a good topic. Congratulations, Miss Stephanie. You picked a hard one to guess. Brad says, are you considering doing Tuesday night chiller movie this September, Brian? I don't know. I was, oh, Raymond says, Brian, I was joking. I figured you took the photo when the mall was closed. I don't remember if I did or not, but I thought it was I don't know. I mean, if you lived up this way, yes, you can definitely see the mall is not a very vibrant mall. However, there are signs of a pulse starting to starting to develop. I like what I'm seeing, and I gotta give a lot of credit to the new management. Not saying anything about the old, and not saying anything derogatory or anything about the old management, but the new management seems very focused and ambitious, and I'm very happy with what I'm seeing. So, and about Tuesday night, listen, I'll tell you right now, I don't know. I don't know, and I'm saying and the reason I've done a lot of haunts. This is my 19th anniversary of doing haunts, but I'm trying to tackle something that I've never done before, and I'm actually working with stuff I've never worked with before. So I wish I had a little bit more wiggle room, you know, because I don't know how this is going to go. I'm still trying to fit in some ChillerNight theater episodes. So we'll see. That's the best. I don't know. I don't know. The answer is I don't know. I wish I did. I wish I did. Wish I had a better answer, because this haunt becomes an all-consuming thing. But we'll see. I'm trying. Blair Witch was movie within a movie. All right. D says, side thought, Shout Studios is doing an Elvira's movie macabre 24-hour stream loop on YouTube. Oh, really? Is that right? Well, there you go. If you haven't seen Elvira's movie macabre, they'll be doing a 24-hour stream loop. I'm sure everyone's seen the show. Maybe not. Maybe we got some younger viewers who haven't seen Elvira's show. Jason says Sinister was with Ethan Hawke, and he watched home movies of murders. Oh. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm certainly not the judge and jury with these categories. The skeleton that I bought, SBC says, I rode it home through the whole city sitting behind me on my bike. Patty says, Blair Witch was a found footage, I think. Well, that's what they say. Brad says, okay, what about this October, Brian? Tuesday nights in October, I'm going to be at the store because the haunt is open on Tuesday nights, the display haunt. So Tuesday night in October is the only day I have off in October is Sundays, and I will desperately need it. So unfortunately, I just now thought of that as you're saying this, but yeah. October is not looking good for this show as far as me being able to do it. I really don't know what to do about that, because we The haunt is open Monday through Thursday as a display haunt, and then Friday and Saturdays is the regular haunt. So I'm open 6 days a week, and I'm going to be pretty exhausted. Um, Patty says, Brian, the package is supposed to arrive tomorrow or Thursday. I remember you saying that it's supposed to be like Wednesday, so yeah. So I'll let you know. I'll let you know as soon as I get it, Patty. Thank you. Thank you very much for sending that. Tom says 8mm, 1999 was definitely a movie within a movie. Okay, 8mm. There's one for the topic there. The SBC. Someone ride me on a bike like that once. The body fell off to the river, and well, that's how I became just a skull. Yes, that's a true story. Yepper. Ah, it's sad. Very sad. Patty says, Brian, I understand about the haunt walk. I used to work for a sci-fi SF convention, and we started the work for a year before. It never felt like enough time. Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. Brian says, hello, everyone. Hey, Brian, thanks for joining us. Oh, my gosh. I'm not too far behind, I don't think. Stephanie says, I've, seen Elvira movie macabre once at 3 in the morning. Bonet says, I'm good until Muffy gets me. Is that the dog? Raymond says, I haven't, and I am old. Oh, what scene, Elvira? The movie macabre. Let's see. SBC bought an extra skull. Was really reminded of you when I bought it. SBC, it's a bonehead. Raymond says, I guess, Brian, you don't build a set as you used to do. Oh. Well, we do have a set now. And it was just it was the now here's what happened. We had a set in Oil City at Stream TV's building. Now when Stream TV moved out of that building, I took everything to my store, where in 2023 I set it up for Jack Shadow's room. A very kind of crude version of it, not nearly as elaborate looking, but I'm taking I'm changing that this year, so it's going to look as much like the past set as I can get it. So I think if you've come there before and you've just seen the black windows in the background, you're going to be, I think, pleasantly surprised this year. And then for a long time we were using the virtual set. I was going to see if it was on here. I don't think it is. Brian, could we maybe ask or beg Miss Ava to host the show in October? Oh, she's going to be with me. We're going to need both of us because one has to run the register at the front counter, and the other has to be running the scare cam monitor. So I wish we could. I don't know what to do about that unless we do something from the haunt. I can't promise that, but that's a possibility, I suppose. Here's the thing, though. It'd have to be. I can't start it at 8 because I'm just. I don't know. Probably easier, like we used to do when I did the Harrisville Haunted House, to not have it in October, because we were doing the Saturday night show at that time. Brad says, I would say November, but you would be an absolute post-Halloween burnout, and you would be more focused on Christmas time. I don't know. I'm not ruling that out, though. I'm not going to rule that out, Brad. So we'll see. Stephanie says, Halloween 1978 on Scream. 1996, Scream 2, 1997. On Halloween, H2O, 1998. Yeah, 1998. That was the 20-year anniversary. Let's see. Brenda says, okay, sorry, Brian, bad idea. I just had to ask you now. No, it wasn't a bad idea at all. It's just that, unfortunately, I don't know how that would work. Dee says, have one of the Chiller Chat ghouls to host. You know, okay, let me ask you this then. If we did something like that, do you all have Facebook? I'm asking because it would have to be one or the other. I don't think, and maybe I could do something, but it would have to be from the store, and it would have to start at 7 and not 8, you know. And I'm not saying right now, I'm not declaring that I'll do this because I don't know yet. But if it were to happen, it might be kind of interesting to do something like that from the store. Maybe that's not a bad idea on Tuesday nights, but from more from 7 to 8 instead of 8 to 9, because I've got almost an hour to drive home afterwards. Not an hour, but 40 minutes, and after shutting down the store for the night, so I'm not gonna. And I get up pretty early, so if we could do something like that. I'm not saying, but that might not be a bad idea to do something to promote the haunt on Facebook. Now I don't know. That might not be a bad idea. Would you guys be up for something like that? And if it's Stephanie says, I got Facebook. Facebook here. Dee says. Raymond says, usually unless one is missing teeth or a jaw. When we talk about skulls, I think I saw something about skulls back here. I vote for Bonehead as the host. SPC says, 7 p.m. works too, Dee says. 7 to 8 works too. Okay. Bob Books. Hoagie. Hey, Bob. Thanks for joining us. I saw you sent me something in Messenger. I haven't been able to really to take a look at that yet, but I will in about 16 minutes. So hope you're doing good. Bob, are you getting ready? Are you getting prepared? I'll tell you what, it's going to be here. The haunt, Jack Shadow's House of Terror, is going to be here any minute. Any minute. Well, that's how it seems to me. But got some changes, little minor changes that I got to talk to you about for your room. But they're pretty cool. Bonus says, I got Facebook and we've got plenty of time to get the app. So if you'd like to do that, Brian, please let us know. I'm on board with it. Beats not seeing the show for a month. Okay, now here's the other part. You might see me behind the counter, maybe hopefully dealing with customers. So if that happens, I'm not sure how it's going to work. Maybe Ava and I pass the phone back and forth, because it would be probably likely on my phone. All right. So maybe we can do something. See, Bonehead, you don't get it if you don't ask. Or Brad's still between got a couple of you asking about it. Maybe we can come up with something. Brad says, you still said September is questionable. Yeah, just because I'll know a lot more. How like I said, I'm dealing with some things that some things are new, some things are not new, but stuff that I haven't had to work with in maybe since 2012. So it's been a while. I just so we will see. Hell yeah, I cannot wait, Bob says. All right. Very good. Uh, yeah, I need to get with you and some of the other actors because there are some changes that I need to be discussing with you guys. My thing is like I work and then after I come home, I change, I eat, and then I run off to the store. I work there till night, come home, like I think you guys are going to be happy with this. I'm trying to get as much done before our first actor meeting. I'd love to actually get everything all done before our first actor meeting. I don't know how possible that is, but we'll see. And then I can take everybody around, show them all what's new, and show everybody like yours is the same because of where your room's positioned, but there are some that they're going to have to be shown emergency access ways, emergency exits, fire extinguishers, where the smoke alarms are, and stuff like that. But we'll get to that. Brad says, I mean, do you want to do, Brian? Take your time. Thank you, Brad. I do appreciate that. Yeah, be flexible with me, and I will do as much as I can to accommodate all of this. Stephanie says, like a watch party. Ah, you'll be watching me, I guess. The only thing is, like, if I'm dealing with customers, that would be kind of boring with you guys. Unless I could have somebody else there that would be able to. I mean, maybe Ava wouldn't be busy the entire time. She'd be at a different counter, but I don't know. All right, my wheels are spinning. I don't have an answer right now. Bob says, how many people we still need? I would say 4. I'd say 4, Bob. We're not in bad shape. Bunnet says, you're the boss, Brian. Whatever you want is fine with me. I appreciate you still doing this great show all these years. You're so your dedication to us is much, and I know I'm definitely happy anyway. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love horror. I've always loved horror, and I appreciate seeing a group of people who love the old horror movies, sci-fi, the old chillers, and it is fun to be on here doing this. I feel bad when I miss. Sometimes I have to miss, or but we'll see. I'll try to avoid that, but I will have to make a change in order to make this work for October, if it's going to work. So we'll see. But like I said, now my wheels are turning. At least I can start trying to figure something out. Bob says, same here, Hoagie. Got a lot going on, but I'm dedicated. Love the haunt. Awesome. I know. I think that, and anybody who went through the haunt would. Bob's a guy who. Well, if I say it, he cuts off this poor victim's head, which I love that. I just love that. Stephanie says, I'm with Bones. Brad says, hey, I just got a brainstorm since the mall is nearly empty. What about doing a haunted mall? I don't know. I think I'd need more actors, and I'd need more than 4 more. But it says, well, SBC, please see if. Oh man, we only got 10 minutes left. How about installing a webcam? SBC says. Very possible. Jason says, you may need waivers for the customers to be on video or position the camera so they are not on it. Well, I would be, not having anybody on. I don't do that unless they give consent, of course. And I know what you're saying there, but I don't use anybody's image on unless they give me consent. So yeah, the camera would be just on me or who's ever talking, unless you're showing the even with the the pictures of the groups that go through. I don't take many pictures anymore of groups going through the escape rooms, but I used to do that quite a bit. But obviously, I still ask, are you okay if I put that on Facebook? So, Jason says, Brian, you have phenomenal haunted house talent, so check them out if you live close. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Patty says, gotta go. Stay safe, all. You too, Patty. Thanks for joining us tonight. And I'll let you know as soon as that package comes in. Thank you very much. Raymond says, hey, hire some of the laid off federal workers. Yeah, I don't know if they want to work in a haunted house. I'll take them. Bonin says, thank you, Miss Stephanie. I hope I don't get on your or anyone else's last good nerve with my stupidity. So, let's see. Bonin says, thanks, SBC. Enjoy everyone in the ChillerNight crew. And believe it or not, I miss yins whenever I can't get to join yins wonderful people. Oh, that's nice of you, Bonehead. Thank you. Brad says, all this ChillerNight Tuesday movie talk for September is making me feel excited. And Stephanie says, no, you don't, Bones. See, there you go. You're not bothering anybody. Bones says, Brian, I give you permission to use my skull picture. I think the right is my best side. Yeah, that looks pretty good there, Bonehead. All right, I appreciate the permission. SBC says, which topic for next week? I recommend movies with haunted houses. Movies with haunted houses. Okay, all right. Movies with haunted houses. I better write that down. Because we had a topic last week that Stephanie thought of, and I totally forgot about it. All right. Movies with haunted houses. I can't even write. I was mowing and weed whacking, and my hands are still shaking from that. So you ought to see what it looks like when I'm writing. I'm having a stroke or something for next week. All right. Topic. Oh, I like that, SB, Stephanie says. D says, do a live stream at the store like in Halloween Resurrection. Yeah, I maybe so. But like Jason says, I gotta, I'd have to have willing participants from the public if they're, unless it's just me and Ava there or whoever, but dealing with the public, that's Brad says, see why Jack Shadow needs to unretire in time for Dracula and Frankenstein in January of 2027. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you have to twist his arm there to come out to do Dracula and Frankenstein. Stephanie says, don't worry about it, Brian. I just put that suggestion on comment section. Oh, I do remember that now that it was mentioned, but I totally forgot. But I appreciate that, Stephanie. SBC says, good night, everyone. Stay healthy and watch Manos once or twice this week. All right, you too. I don't know how you can stay healthy if you're watching Manos once or twice a week. But best of luck. Best of luck at that. No, but thanks for joining us, SBC. All right, 8:55, folks. So we'll probably put a cap on tonight's show, I believe. I have a few more things I need to take care of this evening. Bonin says, oh, lordy, I am a fool, ain't I? Sorry, I do enjoy the ChillerNight crew. Brian and Miss Ava and all the sweethearts of screams in the groups like Stephanie, Pennsylvania, D, and all the gals. What? Raymond says, good night, ChillerNight fans. Good night, Raymond. Thanks for joining us. Stephanie says, take care, y'all. See you next week. Yeah. Well, but I don't know what sure what prompted that. You're 4, and I don't know what prompted that, but a little hard on yourself, I think. Brad says, "Good night, Brian. We miss you, Jack Shadow." No, thank you, Brad. I appreciate that. And Jack misses all of you. I can tell you that. I can say that with the utmost confidence. John says, "Oh, Bonin says, take care and best wishes, Chiller Night crew." You too, Bonin. Thanks for joining us. John says, "This has been Chiller Night Live with Bryan Hogue. This is Crozak the Grand reminding you, if you want your skeleton's bones to stay bright, keep them out longer during the summer months. Don't forget that there is only 80 days left until Halloween. Until next week, stay chilled and keep thrilled." Thank you, Crozak the Grand. And John. Tom says, 72 Chiller Night Live. D shows or shows until Frankie and Dracula go public domain, or unless Brian takes off every October between now and then. Yeah, maybe I'll maybe I'll be able to figure something out by then. Brad says, "We miss you, Jack Shadow." Aww. Jack is missing all of you. He's getting excited though. He's getting excited. Oh, that time of the year is coming. Bonin says, "I was just feeling unhappy and wanted to send some love to the Chiller Night crew." Or I was just feeling happy. Did I say unhappy? I was feeling happy and wanted, well, we appreciate that, Bonehead, very much. Bob says, "Love what you and Ava do. Can't wait for the leaves to start falling and to start stoking the fires." Horror. Yes, yes. Bonehead says, "Bonehead, we all enjoy you." D says, "Good night, y'all. Bonehead, remember, fools rush in where angels fear to tread." Bonehead says, "See you next week. Thanks, Brian, and thanks for all you do." You are very welcome. Thank you, Bonehead, and all of you, so many of you here tonight. So thank you for joining me and each other for Chiller Night Live. So, and with that, we will, what's this? SBC says next week will definitely be another huge fun hour. I'm looking forward to it. Awesome. So, yes. So, what SBC said, next week will be a fun hour. So, have a good night. Have a good Chiller night. And we will see you next week.